Om Sairam, Sri Sai Charitra, Chapter 27. Favor shown by giving Bhagavat and Vishnu Sahasranamam Dikshit, Vittal Vision, Gita Rahasya, Kabar Days. This chapter describes how Sai Baba favored his devotees by granting them religious books after he had touched and consecrated them for Parayana, reading regularly, and certain other matters. Preliminary. When a man takes a plunge into the sea, he gets the merit of bathing in all the tirthas and sacred rivers. Similarly, when a man takes refuge at the feet of the Sadguru, he gets the merit of bowing to the Trinity, that is Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, and also Parabrahma. Victory be unto the Sri Sai, the wish-fulfilling tree and the ocean of knowledge, who gives us self-realization. O Sai, create in us regard for your stories. Let the readers and the audience devour them with the same relish with which the chatak bird drinks the water from the clouds and become happy. While listening to your stories, let them and their families get all the sattvic emotions. Let their bodies perspire, let their eyes be full of tears, let their prana be steady, let their minds be composed, let their hair stand on end, let them cry, sob and shake, let their hostilities and their distinctions great and small vanish. When these things happen, that is a sign of the grace of Guru dawning upon them. When these emotions develop in you, the Guru is most pleased and will certainly lead you on to the goal of self-realization. The best way, therefore, to get free from the shackles of Maya in our complete and wholehearted surrender to Baba. The Vedas cannot take you across the ocean of Maya. It is only the Sadguru who can do so and make you see the Lord in all creatures. Granting consecrated book. The variety of imparting instructions followed by Baba has already been noticed in the previous chapters. In this, we shall deal with one aspect of it. It was a habit of some devotees to take some religious books, of which they wanted to make a special study to Baba and to receive the same back from him. After they were touched and consecrated by him, while reading daily such books, they felt that Baba was with them. Once Kaga Mahajani came to Shiradi with a copy of Eknath Bhagavat. Shama took that book to read and taking it with him went to masjid. The Baba took it from him, touched it and turning some pages here and there gave it back to the Shama and asked him to keep it with him. When Shama said that it belonged to Gaha and had to return to him, no, said Baba. As I have given it to you, it will better keep it with you for safe custody. It will be of use of you. In this way, many books were entrusted to Shama. Kaha Mahajani, after some days, came again with another copy of same Bhagavat and gave it with Baba's hand. The Baba gave it back to the Prasad and asked him to preserve it well and assured him that it would stand him in good stead. Kaha accepted him with a bow. Shama and Vishnu Sahasranamam. Shama was a very intimate devotee of Baba and Baba wanted to favor him in a particular way by giving him a copy of Vishnu Sahasranamam as Prasad. This was done in the following way. Once a Ramadasi follower of Saint Ramadas came to Shiradi and stayed for some time. The routine he followed daily was follows. He got up early in the morning, washed his face, bathed, and then after wearing saffron-colored clothes and besmearing himself with sacred ashes, read Vishnu Sahasranamam, a book giving thousands names in praise of Vishnu and held second in importance to Bhagavad Gita, and Adhyatma Ramayana, esoteric version of Rama's stories with faith. He read these books often and then after some days Baba thought of favoring and initiating Shama with Vishnu Sahasranamam. He therefore called the Ramadasi to him and said to him that he was suffering from intense stomach pain and unless he took Channapat, Sonamukhi, a mild purgative drugs, the pain would not stop. So he told, please go to the bazaar and bring the drug. The Ramadasi closed his reading and went to bazaar. Baba descended from his feet, came to Ramadasi, place of reading, took out the copy of Vishnu Sahasranamam and coming to his seat said to Shama, "Oh Shama, this book is very valuable and efficacious, so I present it to you. You read it. Once I suffered intensely and my heart began to palpitate, my life was in danger. As that the critical time, I hugged this book to my heart and then Shama, what a relief it gave it to me. I thought that Allah himself came down and saved me, so I give this to you. Read this slowly, little by little, read daily, one by one at least, and it will do you good." Shama replied that he did not want it and that the owner of this, the Ramdasi, was a mad obstinate and irritable fellow and would certainly pick up the quarrel with him. Besides being a rustic himself, he could not read distinctly the Sanskrit Devanagari letters of the book. Shama thought that the Baba wanted to set him up against a Ramadasi, but this act of his, but he had no idea of what Baba felt for him. Baba must have thought to tie in a necklace of Vishnu Sahasranam round the neck of Shama, as he was an intimate devotee, though a rustic, and thus save him from the miseries of the world existence. The efficacy of the God's name is well known. It saves us from all sins and bad tendencies, frees us from the cycle of births and deaths. There is no easier sadhana than this. It is best purifier of our mind. It requires a parapanya and no restrictions. It is so easy and so effective. This sadhana Baba wanted Shama to practice, though he did not pay for it. So Baba forced this on him. It is also reported that long ago Eknath Maharaj similarly forced this Vishnu Sahasranamam on a poor Brahmin neighbor and thus saved him. The reading and the study of this Vishnu Sahasranamam is a broad open way of purifying the mind, and hence Baba thus this on his Shama. The Ramadasi returned soon with the Senapards. Anna Chinjinikar, who was in the present of who wanted to play the part of Narada, celestial rishi, was well known for setting up quarrels between gods and demons of vice versa. Informed him of what had happened. The Ramadasi is on the flared up. He came down and once the Shama with all fury. He said that it was the Shama who set Baba to send him away under the pretext of stomachache of bringing the medicine, and thus he got the book. Abused Shama and remarked that if the book be not returned, he would dash his head before him. Shama calmly remonstrated with him, but in a vain. The Baba spoke kindly to him as follows: O Ramdasi, what is the matter with you? What are you troubled? It is not the Shama or boy. Why do you scold him unnecessarily? How is it that you are so quarrelsome? Can you not speak soft and sweet words? You read daily these scared books, then still your mind is impure and your passions untold. What sort of the Ramadasi you are? Still, you ought to be indifferent in all things. It is not the strange that you should cover this book so strongly. A true Ramadasi should have no mamada attachment but have samadha equality towards all. You are now quarreling with the boy Shama of the mere book. Go take your seat. Books can be had in a plenty and money, but not the men. Think well and be considerate. What worth in your book? Shama had not concern with it. I took it up myself and gave it to him. You know it by the heart. I thought Shama might read it and profit thereby, and so I gave it to them. How sweet were these words of Baba, soft, tender, and nectar like this. Their effect was wonderful. The Ramadasi calmed down and said to the Shama that he would take Pancharatani Gita in return. Shama was much pleased and said, Why one I shall give 10 copies in return. So the matter was ultimately compromised. The question for consideration is why should the Ramadasi press the Pancharatni Gita, the God in which he never cared to know, and why should he daily read religious books in the masjid in front of Baba, quarrel with Shama before him? We do not know how to apportion the blame and whom to blame. We only said that had the procedure been not gone through, the importance of the subject, the efficacy of God's name, and the study of Vishnu Sahasranama would not have been brought home to Shama. So we see the Baba's method of teaching and initiating was unique. In this case, Shama did gradually study the book and mastered its contents to such an extent that he was able to explain it to the professor Gigi Narke, MA of College of Engineering, Pune, and son-in-law of the Shriman Bhuti and a devotee of Baba. Vittal Vision. One day, while Gaga Sahib Dishit was in meditation after his morning bath in his Vada at the Shiradi, he saw a vision of the Vittal. When he went to see Baba afterwards, Baba asked him, Did Vittal Padil come? Did you not see him? He is very elusive. Hold him fast. Otherwise, he will give you a slip and run away. Then at the noon, the certain hawker came there with 20 or 25 pictures of Vittal of Pandarpur for sale. Mr. Dixit was surprised to see the form of the Vittal. He saw his meditation exactly tallied with that in the picture, and he was also reminded of Baba's words. He therefore bought one picture most willingly and kept in the shrine of the workshop. Gita Ragasya. Baba always loved those who studied Brahma Vidya, metaphysics, and encouraged them. To give the insane ones, Babu Sahib Jog received a post parcel. It contained a copy of Gita Ragasya by Lokmanya Tilak. Taking it under with a pit, he came to the masjid and prostrated himself before Baba. When the parcel fell at the Baba's feet, Baba inquired what it was. It was opened then, and therefore the book was placed in the Baba's. He turned some pages here and therefore for a few minutes and took out the rupee from his pocket, placed it on the book, and handed the same with the rupee to Jog and said to him, read this completely and you will be benefited. Mr. and Mrs. Kabarde. Let us close this chapter with a description of the Kabardas. Once Dada Saheb Kabarde came with his family and lived in a Shiradi for some months. The diary of his stay has been published in English and in the Sri Sai Leela magazine first volume. Dada Saheb was not an ordinary man. He was the richest and the most famous advocate of Amaravati Berar and was a member of the Council of the State of Delhi. He was very intelligent and a very good speaker. Still, he dared not open his mouth before Baba. Most devotees spoke and argued with the Baba off and on, but only the Mrs. Kabarde, Nulkar and Bhuti kept always silent. They were meek, modest, humble and good-natured. Dada Saheb was able to expound Panchadasi, a well-known Sanskrit treatise of the Advaita philosophy by the famous Vidyaranya to others, said nothing or uttered no word when he came to the masjid before Baba. Really a man, however learned he may be even in Vedas, fades away before one who was realized Brahman and become one of it. Learning cannot shine before the self-realization. Dada Saheb stayed for the 4 months, but Mrs. Kabarde stayed for 7. Both were highly pleased with their Shiradi stay. Mr. Kabarde was a faithful and devout and loved Baba deeply. Every noon she brought Naivedya herself to the masjid. And after it was accepted by Baba, she used to return and take her meals. Seeing her steady and firm devotion, Baba wanted to exhibit to the others. One noon she brought a dish containing sansavi, pudding, puris, rice, soup and a kheer, sweet rice and other sundry articles to the masjid. Baba, who usually waited to the house, got up to the partake of the things zealously. Shama then asked him, why this partiality? You throw away the dishes of others and do not care to look at them, but this you draw to you earnestly and do the justice for it. Why is in the dish of this woman are so sweet? This is the problem. Earnestly and do justice to it. This is a problem to us. Baba then explained this food is really extraordinary. In former birth, in the lady was a merchant fat cow yielding much milk. Then she disappeared and took birth into a gardener's family. Then in a Kshatriya family and married a merchant. Then she was born in a Brahmin family. I saw her after a very long time. Let me take some sweet morals of the love from the dish. Saying this, Baba did full justice to her dish, washed his mouth and his hands, gave out some belches as a mark of satisfaction and resumed his seat. Then she made a bow and began to shampoo Baba's leg, and Baba began to talk with her and knead her arms with her, shampooing his legs. On seeing the reciprocal service of Shama, began to joke and said, it's going on well, it's a wonderful sight to see God and Bhakta serving each other. After being pleased with her sincere service, Baba asked her in low and fascinating tone to chant Raja Rama then and always, and said, if you do this, your life object will be gained, your mind will attain peace and you will be immensely benefited. The persons unfamiliar with spiritual matters, they might appear as affair, but really it was not so. It was a case of what is technically called Shaktipat, that is transference of power from the Guru to the disciple. How forcible and effective were Baba's words in an instant and pierced her heart and found lodgment there. These cases illustrate the nature of relations that should subsist between the Guru and the disciple. Both should love and serve each other, and there is no distinction or any difference between them. Both are one, and one cannot live without the other. The disciple placing his head and the Guru's feet is a gross outward vision. Really and internally they are both one and the same. Those who see any difference between them are yet unripe and not perfect. Bow to Shri Sai and peace to be all. Bow to Shri Sai and peace to be all. Thank you.